Hi everyone, this is Arthur and I am Kendra. We're here today to talk to you about clicker training. When you begin to clicker train any animal, what you first need to do is condition the clicker. This means that you're building a connection between a primary reinforcer, such as food, and a secondary reinforcer, such as a clicker in our case. This way, the animal will learn that the sound that the clicker makes means that they're about to get what they want out of the deal, which is food. A very strong combination to have for when you are trying to capture a behavior. What capturing a behavior means is that you are signaling to the animal whatever they're doing at the moment that you make the noise of the clicker, that behavior is what is being rewarded, whatever they were doing at the time that the clicker was clicked. With Arthur and I, we've been working on army crawling, and if I were to make the click after he started to stand up, then that would be capturing the incorrect behavior. To capture the correct behavior, we need to have his belly on the ground and his body in a forward motion. When your partner displays the behavior consistently, you can start adding a cue. And what a cue is a hand signal or a word or both for the animal to associate with a specific behavior. With Arthur, he has excelled most at our down command cue that we've been working on. What happened in the beginning of this is that I needed to physically touch the ground in front of him for him to display the behavior. And now, sometimes when I just say the word Arthur down, but most of the time he needs the hand cue down. Partial reinforcement is when only some of the desired behaviors are rewarded. This is especially important when you are adding criteria to a behavior or trying to fine-tune it, and when you would like to make a behavior more resistant to extinction. We have done very well with this with our paw targeting. He can touch the target multiple times before he gets his reward. Touch. 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 Good boy. Targeting in and of itself is simply teaching an animal how to use a part of its body to touch a target. And we've done this in several ways. We've done paw targeting with a round object. Touch. We have also done with the fingers. Touch. Good boy. Touch. And with the knitting needle, as I just demonstrated. Extinction is when a behavior ceases to exist in an animal's behavioral set. This can be either an intended result from training or it can be an accident, usually due to lack of training. When it is intentional, the extinction is best accomplished with the use of operant counter conditioning, which means you're training an alternative behavior for an animal to offer you in place of an undesirable behavior that they have acquired in any given situation. Arthur has a particularly nasty habit of when I go for his leash and his collar and it's time for a WALK, he tends to get very vocal. He'll start jumping around. He'll jump on my other dog, Maggie, who's right over here. And roughhouse with her. He'll also grab a hold of the leash and try to play a quick game of tug of war. And as much as we love him, there's a preferred method to going for a walk, which is what we've been doing with the clicker training. We've been instead training him that when I go for his collar and his leash, he remains calmly in the down position. And we've made it so far as being able to walk out of the door and down the stairs to start our walk. And he remains calm the entire time, so I'm very, very pleased with his progress there. When he gets a little riled up is around other dogs. So this is where our desensitization and classical counter conditioning come in handy. Those are both techniques to change the emotional and mental state of an animal in response to a frightening or undesirable stimulus in their environment. So the classical counter conditioning that we've been doing is when he sees another dog from the deck outside of the house, then we bring out the very, very high value treats so that he remains calm and quiet and can just watch the dog go by and he gets fed wet food. This will hopefully instill in him that seeing other dogs and having other dogs around means really good things for Arthur. The desensitization we've been doing in a couple different ways. We have been doing it on our walks when we're out and about in the neighborhood, and we leave a comfortable amount of distance between us and another dog. And we've slowly been decreasing the distance that we need for Arthur to remain calm and confident and not locked in on the other dog. The other way that we've been doing desensitization is through teaching him how to rest his head in my hand, which we saw in a YouTube video. This has been a little bit of a challenge. He doesn't like the bottom of his chin touched, but we'll go ahead and try to demonstrate it for you guys. Arthur, sit. Come on. Good boy. Good boy. So it takes him a little bit, but he does get used to it. We're not to the point yet where I can move his head around and he relaxes his head in my hand, but we'll get there. I'm confident in it. Generalization means that an animal has learned to offer a behavior in many different situations and surroundings. What we hope for Arthur is, our end goal with him is to generalize the idea of other dogs, meaning good and positive things for my Arthur. Thank you for watching our video. We hope you enjoyed.